Ayan, so welcome back to my channel. Welcome to this video. As you can tell by the title, ito ang part 2 na aking October wrap up. So if you wanna see part 1, edi panoorin mo. Charot. But yeah, this is the continuation of that video. So yeah, here are everything that I've watched in October. So, continuing with movies, since hindi ko siya natapos last video dahil nga medyo marami. The next movie that I seen was Cha-Cha Real Smooth. So, it's about Andrew na isang fresh grad and he's still kind of figuring out kung ano na gagawin niya after college, and for the meantime, kinuha siya na maging isang party starter para sa mga bar mitzvah. And dito na-meet niya ang isang young mom and nag-start silang magkaroon ng special friendship, something like that. So I really loved this. It was so heartwarming. And I guess this is the type of coming of age movies that I'm into now. So bali graduate na ako dun sa mga coming of age movies that takes place in high school kasi diba usually ganon. But yeah, mas gusto ko na yung mga ganito ngayon, mga transitioning from college to adulthood or to, you know, towards independence and the corporate world and whatnot, mga ganon. And yeah, sobrang napangiti lang ako ng movie na to all throughout. It was so lovely and yeah. And then the next one is Decision to Leave. Directed by Park Chan-wook, Decision to Leave is about a detective who is investigating a man's death. And isa sa mga suspect niya ay yung mismong asawa nung lalaki na namatay. And as he investigates her, he slowly falls in love with this woman, which of course affected the case that he's working on. So ayun, napaka-cool ni Park Chan-wook and yung visuals, yung editing, it was good. Yeah, even Kim Namjoon himself said na he watched this film like 5 times. And then the next one is Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. So ayun, may pagka tongue twister. Nakatira siya sa isang Airbnb and yung dating tao na nakatira dito, nadala niya yung family and community ni Marcel. So now he's just left with his grandma until one day, yung bagong nakatira sa Airbnb na yon na isang guy ay naisipang gumawa ng documentary about Marcel. Tapos ayun, naisip nila na gumawa ng videos together para mahanap yung family ni Marcel. So isa rin tong napaka-wholesome and heartwarming lang. It kind of reminds you of the smallest, nicest things in life. And the next one is The Dictator. So hindi ko alam na nasa Netflix pala to. So when I saw it, I immediately watched it kasi nga I was recently introduced to Sacha Baron Cohen, like I've said in part 1. So yeah, I wanted to see more of him and, you know, more of his characters aside kay Borat. So, ito naman ay about sa character niya na isang dictator, and he is going to do anything to keep his nation away from democracy and to maintain oppression. And ayun, once again, this is satire, no? So, keep that in mind. Ayun, it was funny, I guess, but not as, you know, groundbreaking as Borat's character. And the next one is Citizen Kane. Newspaper magnate Charles Foster Kane is taken from his mother as a boy and made the ward of a rich industrialist. As a result, every well-meaning, tyrannical, or self-destructive move he makes for the rest of his life appears in some way to be a reaction to that deeply wounding event. Ayun, it's granted as one of the most influential movies or parang one of the best movies ever made. But unfortunately, I did not connect to it, which is, you know, kind of sad kasi I did not get that experience or enjoyment, I guess, as compared to other people. But yeah, that's just me. And then the next one is Ratatouille, and ayun, alam niyo na to, it's a classic and Yeah, I've seen this one nung bata pa ako, but of course, hindi ko pa siya ganong na-appreciate at that time. I just saw it parang as a kid, gano'n. And then, ni-rewatch ko. Ayun na, kumukulog na. Ni-rewatch ko siya ulit this time. And yeah, mas lalo ko siyang na-appreciate. Especially like story-wise. Parang ayun, ang galing. But I'm still not convinced of having a rats as a chef, you know. I mean, obviously, fictional lang naman to, but like, yeah, the whole time I was watching it, medyo naliliri ako, no, having a rat cook your food. What the fuck? But yeah, but nonetheless, it was still a great movie. And then the next one is Pearl. So this is probably one of my most anticipated movies to come out this year. Kasi I enjoyed X, kaya I was really looking forward to this one, and I thought na I'm gonna like this more. And ayun, totoo naman, I like this one more, especially in terms of style. So itong Pearl ay about sa origin nung matandang antagonist sa X, which is also played by Mia Goth. And speaking of Mia Goth, OMG, ginalingan ni Akla. So, pakagaling niya dito, especially that monologue scene, but basically every scene that she's in was fantastic. And then last na for movies, finally, is Wendell Wild. Two demon brothers enlist the aid of Cat Elliot, a tough teen with a load of guilt, to summon them to the land of the living. But what Cat demands in return leads to a brilliantly bizarre and comedic adventure like no other. Ayun, so same director siya with Coraline and Nightmare Before Christmas, which is parehong hindi ko pa napapanood. But if I'm not mistaken, pareho din yung stop motion, and this one is also stop motion animation. And ang ganda na cinematography niya, and ang underrated niya, so I think you guys should really watch it. Si Jordan Peele din yung isa sa nagboses sa mga characters dito. So yeah, imagine two horror directors being involved in this. I think it deserves more recognition, you know. And yeah, so that's everything for movies. Let's move on naman, finally, to series or TV shows. The first one na natapos ko was Yellow Jackets. It's a psychological horror slash survival epic slash coming of age show about a team of high school girls who are soccer players who survive a plane crash deep in the wilderness. So the story takes place in two settings. So yung isa is during the 90s, nung panahong high school pa lang sila, and then you know, nag-crash yung plane, and then pinapakita doon how they survived in the middle of the woods. And then yung another setting naman takes place in 2019, if I'm not mistaken, which is yung current time nung show. And then pinapakita dito yung adult selves nila, and ayun, parang they sort of kinda had a reunion, ganon. Ayun, trauma bonded sila basically. So ayun, I think it's cool, but it's not for me, to be honest. Don't get me wrong, it's really, I think it's well done. Parang objectively, it's well made. I don't know. It's just not for me. Ganun. Basta yun na yun. So the next one is The Midnight Club, another creation by Mike Flanagan. So this one naman ay tungkol sa mga teenagers with terminal illness who are staying sa isang hospice, and nag-form sila doon ng club in which they tell horror stories every night to the group, and they swore na kung sino man maunang pumanaw sa kanila, they will try their best to reach out from the other side. So this one was also not for me, but according sa mga book readers, it will get better naman daw sa mga susunod na seasons. But I mean, I don't know. Hindi ko siya masyadong na-enjoy. I guess I did enjoy some parts of it, but like, yeah. And then the next one is also one of my most awaited, which is Drag Race Philippines. And syempre kung may Drag Race Philippines, meron ding Drag Race Philippines Untucked. So yeah, I am a fan of Drag Race. So it was really a big deal for me to have this show. Kasi syempre, you know, Pinoy version, like all of the challenges and references, everything, sobrang Pinoy na Pinoy. So, love that, you know. I love that we are granted with this opportunity to showcase local Pinoy talent internationally, diba? So, kitang-kita nyo naman. But, yeah, in terms of production, marami pa silang room for improvement. So, hopefully they're taking notes and they are really taking the criticism seriously para sa i-improve ng mga susunod na season. But yeah, hindi siya ganun ka-perfect in terms of production, but it was still enjoyable overall, and it's because of the casts. They are truly the heart of the show, and I love every single one of them. And bias na kung bias, but this is my favorite season of the entire franchise. And then the next one is She-Hulk, attorney. Ayun, She-Hulk attorney at law. Ayun. So it's about Jennifer Walters na isang attorney. Siya ay pinsan ni Bruce Banner aka The Hulk, and dahil sa isang incident, naging Hulk din si Jennifer, and now people refers to her as She-Hulk, and she is now expected to be a hero just like her cousin. Ayun, this is sort of a sitcom style. Actually, hindi ko siya napansin agad nung una na ganun. But, yeah, ang dami nag-hate dito because of the CGI. And, totoo naman, pangit naman talaga yung CGI. But, overall, parang, if we're gonna put that aside, I think the show was fun. I mean, it was a bit different compared sa usual na MCU stuff na nagpo-focus sa mga mission, mga missions and all that. Dito, it's parang mas nag-focus siya sa life ni Jennifer, like balancing her life as an attorney and then life as a hero. And then the next one is Archer Season 13. The agency has been acquired by the spy conglomerate known as IIA, or International Intelligence Agency. As such, Archer and the gang struggle to find their identity, performing odd missions for Fabian, the leader of the IIA. Ayun, in fairness, ang ganda ng season finale. Deserve ni Lana na maging bagong head ng kanilang agency. She's the right person for it, and she's the only right person for it. We all know that. Ayan, and then the next one was Normal People. So this has been in my watch list for quite some time. So it's about Marianne and Connell as they weave in and out of each other's lives in this exploration of sex, power, and desire to love and be loved. Ayun, napaka-emotional lang niya and realistic and intimate, and aside from it being a story about love, it's also about growing up and discovering yourself and, you know, learning and all that. Ang ganda talaga that ending. It was so sad, but it was also so real. And then last but not the least is Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities. So it's an anthology series, so iba't ibang story and director siya per episode. So there's probably at least one that you'll enjoy. For me, it was The Outside. I mean, it's not the best episode, but it's the one that I enjoyed the most, I think, overall. Hindi siya full-on takutan unlike the other episodes. It's more on the unsettling and weird side, but the lead actress was really selling it. And yeah, lahat ng episode nito actually are more on the slower side, parang slow-paced siya, so it may not be everyone's cup of tea, but some of you might enjoy it or might want to try checking this out. So yeah, anyway, that is the end of this video. That is the last show na natapos ko during October. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to watch part 1. Bye.